Hey everybody, I'm back with another plan with me, and this week I thought I would use my Fall Flowers mini kit, and I'm just going to start by taking these out really quick. And yeah, I have to say, I don't really know what to talk about in this video. I will say that I'm using a Pilot G2 this week. I realize that I haven't really been telling you guys all of the stuff that I've been using, so I'm sorry about that. It is a little late here, so if I end up being kind of quiet, I'm sorry. It was really the only time I could find to film today, so I'm just trying to get this out for you guys. This one's gonna be out a little late. It was kind of a crazy week this week, so I'm planning this a bit later than I want to, but you know how that is, things happen. But for the most part, it's been a pretty good week, a mostly uneventful week, and I have to say that I really appreciate that. It took a while, but I was finally able to get those Adobe refunds through, so that was nice. I was able to put that money back in savings. I guess the only kind of highlight for this week is the wind that we had up here. It's actually kind of funny because we have this tree in our yard, and it was really close to our home, and we were looking into having it cut back, but you know, we really weren't sure how much it was going to cost and all of that. Not that that's really important to the story, but the day that we decided to get some quotes on having the tree taken back, a windstorm took down the entire tree. And luckily, it didn't hit the house. Like, we had, you know, some branches, because it was very close to our home. We had some branches, you know, hit the home, and we had, you know, a couple of, like, our little siding pieces taken out, and they were cracked a little bit, but for the most part, our house was very much untouched, so that I appreciate. We were very lucky about that. But now we have to switch it from, you know, having the tree cut back to having the tree removed from our yard, because now it's fallen on the side of our home. Well, not like the side, but by the side. So we feel very fortunate that, you know, we're not worried about that right now. So that was kind of, actually, it was very lucky. I've been taking some time to learn the affinity programs, but I got a rather unpleasant, I guess, pleasant realization that it's missing a key feature that I really need. So I'm trying to figure out if I want to get another program that can replace that key feature, but I'm having a difficult time. I've done some research on it, and I'm not really finding much. I saw one app that was recommended. It's called Inkscape, but I have to tell you, I've had Inkscape, and it's just kind of difficult to use. Like, it's a great free app if you are trying to get into, like, vectoring and designing and stuff like that. It's capable. It's a great app. It has a lot of the things that you would, you know, really need in a program, but it's also slow, and it's kind of difficult to load, and it has a tendency to kind of crash a bit frequently, so that makes it a little unreliable for work. So now I'm in kind of the awkward position of maybe possibly having to go back to Adobe anyway, which I was really hoping to avoid, just because, you know, we've been trying to kind of scale back on our expenses, and I'd rather not, you know, have to do it if we didn't have to, but we may have to. So I guess that's where I am, and beyond that, I guess I'm not really sure what to talk about. So this week, I always say this. I always say, oh, I think it's going to be a light week. Oh, I'm not sure what I'm going to plan. Not sure what I'm going to talk about. But then it seems like I very easily end up filling a whole video with chit-chat, because I would mostly consider myself to not be a very talkative person, but there's just something about, I don't know, this like stream of consciousness, I guess, when you're just kind of sitting in a room talking. I don't know. I guess it's just, maybe that's just me. I'm not sure. Monday we had some bills due. I'm once again filming this on Wednesday. I stink. What can you do? Alright, but we do have a couple of bills due, so I'm just going to write bills instead of what they both are. And those were paid. Monday was kind of a light day in terms of stuff I was doing. It was mostly work. I ended up working kind of late that day. I'm just going to put this little laptop, and I think I'm going to decide in the moment whether or not I want to use a marker this week. We'll see. I don't know. I've found myself, I guess, being a little bored of that. Well, not of that, but just, I guess, my layout. So I'm trying to think of things to switch it up a little bit, but I did do invoices. I like to write little thank you notes on every order that comes in, and I had to upload my Plan With Me from last week. I really fudged that, but I tried using another program to edit it, and it ended up being like 60 gigs, you guys, and normally they're around 5. So I just used the wrong upload settings, but I realized that if I continued trying to upload a file that size, I was going to be there for a month. So I just had to cancel it and re-export it. And then I also did $2 Tuesday prep, all of those things. So I'm just going to cross it out really quick. And I think I'm going to have kind of a go back and forth this week a little bit more. So I'm just writing down deliveries. I had my mailers delivered, and I also had glossy paper because I ran out of that. I'm not really sure. I think I just got the containers mixed up, and I thought I had more and I didn't, so that was on me. I think we have more of that. Tuesday was payday, and yesterday I also did laundry. So I'm going to use these little laundry stickers while I'm thinking of it. I'm just going to do this, and I'm going to put closet towels, and I also am going to laundry room because I wanted to clean that. Tuesday I also did some photos for $2 Tuesday and Instagram and stuff like that, because I did $2 Tuesday prep, but I didn't do the photo, so I had to do that yesterday morning. And then Instagram and Facebook. Monday we ended up doing a burger night. We went out on our patio, so that was a lot of fun. Let me see if I can find a sticker really quick in my stash, because it's been a while. My husband and I both aren't one of those people that like really appreciates how hot summer can be, so we tend to stay inside whenever we can. But it's been so beautiful, so we finally got to go out and grill and enjoy our patio, and we really appreciated that. We even set up all of our lights and candles and stuff, and we had dinner outside, which was nice. So I'm just kind of doing a quick like little memory planner thing where I'm just writing dinner on the patio, because that was fun. I don't know about you guys. I know most people really don't like grocery shopping. My husband and I love it. Like, we look forward to it every single week. It's not even a joke. I think we're kind of, you know, the odd ones out on that, but if you guys love shopping, or like grocery shopping, I'd love to hear it. I'd love to know that we're not the only ones. So we ended up going to Hannaford. I think there's a few things that we still need to get from Costco. I think my husband will do that on another day. But I also wanted to meal plan, because we are trying to use up some of the groceries that we have in the refrigerator this week. So I do think at some point I may end up highlighting these. I just think I can't do it. This night we are just kind of, well, we just kind of relaxed this day once we got home and kind of settled in. I guess it was kind of a long day for my husband, so we ended up not really doing much. Plus tomorrow is his late day, so I'm just going to pull out these stickers really quick. I reorganized my planner stickers, and you guys, I'm loving it. Oh my gosh. I had them in those little totes from Michael's, like those big plastic ones with like the little dividers in them, and oh, can I tell you, I did not appreciate those. So I'm so happy to have something that is a little bit more open. Like those just, they weren't working for me. So I'm putting this computer down because this is going to be like a massive design day for me. Okay, so I put down a few things that I need to get done this day. I'm not sure I'm going to get to all of it because it is like a heavy workload, but I am going to try to get through as much of it as possible. Going to put down a little Instagram sticker because I would like to do my midweek on this day. And even though put the Instagram sticker, I still wanted to mark down Facebook because I do that as well. And I'm just now realizing that I can't go back on the highlighter thing because this is a gel pen and it smears like crazy if I highlight over it. So I think I'm just kind of stuck with it this week, even though I changed my mind. And this is probably going to sound really peculiar, but I've just been kind of in the mood for a different writing experience lately. So I've been using a lot of felt tip, and I wanted something with a little bit more, I guess, kind of feedback when you're writing. So I've been really enjoying these like different kinds of pens. I normally don't like G2s, but I have been loving it lately. So I'm just going to put down garbages. I thought I was going to stop doing this, but it turns out that I forget some stuff. So I want to make sure that we do the boxes. And then I also put the office, the kitchen, and the bathroom garbage. Sunday is also going to be a yard work day for us just because of the tree and everything else that we have to do. Okay, so thinking for Sunday, I'm not really sure what I want to use. I pulled out the hammers because of the repairs that we want to do with like the siding and everything that was pulled down, but I also know it's mostly yard work, and I think I want to use these because they're just cuter. I'm deciding on that in the moment, I guess. So I'm putting that to the side. I think I want this down here, just as kind of like a little decorative thing in the corner. I'm not sure if I'm gonna like that, but that's what I'm doing. And right now I'm just writing down yard work. So I put down remove tree. I'm not sure if we're gonna be able to do that on our own. I don't think so, but I wanted to put it anyway. And if we can't, we can't. We'll just end up calling someone. But I put mow lawn, siding, and we need to check on the shed because there were a couple of things that went a little wonky there as well, to try to fix the doors. They were blown over by the wind. Since tomorrow's a long day, I usually try to fit some cleaning in, and I do think I'm gonna put that here. I think it's just gonna look, I don't know. I think we're gonna put this down here by late day. I really do feel like I should probably have a better filming angle for just writing and doing some of this stuff, but I'm honestly not sure how I would change this. So I'm just writing down cleaning, and my biggest thing is going to be to tackle the kitchen, I think, this day. Just because we clean the kitchen every day, but sometimes it helps to just do like a deep cleaning. And then Friday, I forgot to mark that I did do some stuff here. I think I'll try, but I guess since it's already been done, I'm not going to worry about it too much. But I do have a couple of modules that I have to work on. So I'm going to just take these books, I think, for Friday. And I'm wondering, because it's the 21st, I don't think there's any bills due that day, so I think I can put this down much guilt-free. And I'll write down what modules I have to get done when I know, because I don't want to write them down and be wrong, because I will refer to this. And then I think Saturday is mostly going to be a fun day, kind of like a date night day, just because we've been working a little bit harder lately. It's our first year having our home, so we're just kind of now getting an idea of what our taxes and stuff look like, and we got them and we realized they're all due in October. So we're working a little bit harder to get all of those property taxes in the 15th because we ended up having like 30 days. So live and learn. We'll just have them ready for next year, right? But I think I'm also going to put down this weekend banner. And I'm hoping that it doesn't end up looking like too much here? I don't think so. I think that looks really nice. And Friday, I think my husband's going to end up Ubering that night. So for me, I'll probably end up staying here and getting some more work done. I mean, obviously because I have this, but I'm probably also going to get some like actual like work done as well. Alright, so I wrote down Plattsburgh. We were planning on going home this weekend, but that just doesn't seem like a possibility. It was kind of planned last minute, so maybe in the next couple weeks we'll end up planning that trip out, because we're both getting a little homesick. But I think we'll probably end up going to Starbucks like usual, and we'll probably end up going to a craft store. I don't think this is going to have really anything to do with errands that need to be done. I really think it's just going to end up being kind of a fun trip. And then I'm going to put a third one down here in case... I'll see if maybe we can get some apple cider donuts while we're out, because it is officially fall, and I am not a pumpkin spice person at all. Neither is my husband. But we live for the apples, or like for the apple cider all year long. Like, it's our favorite. We look forward to it. It's the best. Like, that is what we look forward to in our home, hands down. So maybe that is something we'll end up doing. We may end up waiting just because there was this place back in New York that we always went to, and they have, like, hands down the greatest apple cider donuts we've ever had. We haven't found anything that we like as much here, but we're still trying. We're still working our way through. So one day, I guess, right? And now I'm thinking, I think if I'm home this day, I may end up doing some cleaning too. So I'm just going to put down this little house, and I'm trying to think what I want to do this day. I think I'm going to make sure that the floors in the office are done. I'm going to do the bedroom, and just kind of like a general declutter. We have a lot of mail that's been piling up. Alright, I'm trying to think if there's anything else that I want to put on Saturday, and I'm not really sure at the moment. It is kind of coming together. I do kind of wish that I had put the highlighter down, but let's face it, I probably would have forgotten that it was going to smear anyway. So I guess habits for this week would be designing. I also want to track my vitamins. And then I think the last one is just going to be like going over my notes and everything, because I want to make sure that I'm keeping really good track of those. So I'm going to write mods too. I want to remember Saturday to clean Piper's cage. I also want to remember that Shameless is on this day. We actually ended up missing last week. We watched it on Monday. I did also add a couple of things while the camera was off. I added budget really quick. I added to take pictures of my traveler's notebook spread, which I never ended up posting. Maybe I still will. And then to clean out the fridge and pantry, because we did end up doing that tonight. And then I kind of wanted to mark somewhere in my planner that my husband and I have started watercoloring at night together, which has been a lot of fun and just like a nice way to spend some time together that's not in front of the TV. But I'm not so sure I'm going to have room for that. But if it pops up somewhere in my spread in the photos, you'll know why. I'm trying to think of anything else that I may want to do, and I'm sure I'm going to want something for Etsy. I think it might be, since Thursday's a design day and kind of more of an admin day, it may be here, but I'm not sure. And then the note section I'm going to use for some to-dos that are just kind of like generic for the week. I'm still not used to like how thick this page is. I actually really like it. Like I'm always a little surprised when I pick it up. So I do think I'm going to put this little thing through here, because I may end up putting like an icon somewhere in here. Actually, I think I'm going to put the icon over here. So I want to switch this. Yeah, I think that'll be good. I will just kind of reiterate some things, I guess, just because I want to check off my modules. Okay, so at the bottom, I wanted to make sure to check the modules, research different apps that I've been looking into for the feature that I'm missing. October budget, my external that I use I think is called Passport. I have to look into that, but I need to exchange that because my last one stopped working, and then I need to do a new Time Machine backup and new backups of important documents separately. I think that is it for this week. I hope you enjoyed watching this. I hope you're all having a wonderful week, and I'll see you next time. Bye!